Hey, good morning, guys. It's Stephanie. It's Sunday, February 13th, and I'm here at St. Armand's. I just thought I'd come out here to see if there's anything special going on today. Today, the weather was a little bit cloudier, and it had been raining part of this morning, and people are slowly pouring in here because St. Armand's is a tourist spot for people when they visit Florida and Sarasota here, and people are going to the beach for a walk. Even though the sand is all muddied from the rain, they're just going for a walk. So as for me, I just got here and I don't see too much happening here. So before I continue, I want to say thank you so much for all my subscribers who have been with me since last year and continue to support my channel. Also, if you're just visiting my channel and you're scrolling through my videos, if you find something that interests you, please consider on subscribing. I appreciate it. You guys have a nice day, and we'll have more when I come back. So I was up early this morning, and about 8:30 I had my half a cup of cereal and my favorite pills. I don't know if that's my favorite pills, but I had it nonetheless. And I thought I'd come down here to find out what's going on, because it's officially still winter and the temperature is about 65 degrees. People are coming to St. Armand's. People love being in St. Armand's. It's a hot spot. St. Armand's is a hot spot. It attracts all vacationers that come to the Sarasota area. We have Longboat Key to the south, to the left of us here, and to the right, where I'm going here, you have Sarasota. And then you have the Ringling Bridge, which you will see shortly. And we're driving up on the Ringling Bridge. I used to always come to the Ringling Bridge to get my exercise. I used to power walk each way, the entire length of the bridge, totaling about 3 miles. There is a steep inclination here, and then there's a steep downward. But it's a great exercise, and I like it because you get to see the whole city. Not the entire city, just one side, of course. One of the things that I still enjoy doing, and I do not feel guilty about, is driving by European vehicle used car dealerships just to see what they're selling. I know that this car is running good right now, but I poured a lot of money into it when I bought it, as you know. I know that it's not going to last forever. Right now it has 276 200,000 miles. I bought it with 268,000 miles. Yes, I did. The only car that I would buy with that many high miles has to be a Toyota. And when I bought it from the owner, I paid him like $2,000 for it. It's an 07 Camry, 4-cylinder. And because they kept it in the family, and he was very honest with me, he says it does burn a little bit of oil. Of course it does. With that many miles, those piston rings and whatnot is going to be a little worn. But I'm not going to throw any more money into this. When this vehicle goes, it goes. I invested an additional $2,000 for this car because it was cheap to purchase, and then I didn't mind throwing in an extra $2,000. It would be tough buying a car for $5,000 used and then invest more money into that, which can be a lot more money. So this car in total cost me about $4 grand, but it runs good. It runs good despite the amount of oil that it's burning right now. Every week I put about a half a quart of oil. Okay, every week I put about a half a quart of oil, or maybe a little less. And but the engine runs quiet. It runs quiet. Everything in the vehicle works, and I'm going to keep it for as long as it's running. I won't be tempted into buying anything right now, whether new or used, whether sporty or not. I'll buy when I really think I do need to buy. But for now, I'm keeping it. So the sun's coming out, and I'm looking around. There's some broken clouds here and there. And it looks like it's going to be a good day. All the roads in this part of the city is nice and dry. And you can see behind me the tall condominiums. Sarasota is very, very pretty. I used to think that St. Pete was nice, but I took that back a long time ago. There's probably a lot more to do in St. Pete, but Sarasota is more picturesque by the water. Hey guys, I just got home a little while ago, and I'm going to make a quick little video to go along with what I started earlier when I was on my way to St. Armand's. There's something I'd like to talk about with you guys, and basically it's about how much we sacrifice to look like the gender that we are. A few years ago, I thought I needed to buy new shoes. So naturally, I head right towards the women's section, and I'm looking at the shoes I like. After carefully looking at different styles, I finally find what I like, and I tried it on, but it wasn't that bad. Okay, they were comfortable to wear at home. They were comfortable to take to work. Okay, however, by taking a closer look, I find out that the soles on these are narrower than what I like, but I buy them anyway. So anyways, after several months of wearing these, I start to feel a discomfort in my ankles and my knees. Not good. So I ignored the feelings in my knees and my ankle, and I said, wow, I'm developing this pain in my knees, and it's quite painful. I kept right on wearing those shoes. I didn't know it was the shoes that was causing this. I liked them so much that I didn't think the shoes were causing these problems in my ankles and in my knees. So finally, I took the shoes off and I looked at it. Those narrow soles, it was a flat sole, those narrow soles were for women who have very narrow feet. I have wide feet. Wide feet. So what happened was, over the course of those months I wore those shoes, my feet actually was not using the appropriate soles. Those soles were too narrow. So my feet extended past the width of those soles, throwing my alignment off on both knees and both ankles. Whenever you don't wear the right shoes, whether they're men's or women's, your body will compensate for that. But it's not the good compensation that you're going to get. So it got to a point that my ankles started to swell and my knees started to hurt because my body was trying so hard to get used to it and to compensate for those small little narrow soles that it threw my whole walking balance and my whole alignment with my skeletal, my knees, my ankles, off. Okay? I started to develop such swollen ankles. I don't know how I went so many months like that. I didn't notice it. I just kept, because it wasn't painful at first. The ankle wasn't painful, but it was swollen. But the knees were starting to get really painful. So after careful evaluation, I said to myself, it's the shoe that's causing this. It's these shoes. I liked them for several reasons. Because they were very, very feminine looking, very soft looking. And at first they were comfortable. And they had a nice grip when I walked. Okay? They were a pair of Skechers. So after a while, I said, it must be the shoes that's causing this. I didn't think it was because my ankles were hurting, but my knees were. So I took them off and I ditched them in the garbage. And I went back with whatever style I used before. Okay? My ankles and my knees got so bad that my ankles had to be wrapped to keep the pressure on them. And my knees, I went out and I bought special knee brace with hinges on the side that folded with my knees and kept my alignment straight. So I will never ever again compensate a pair of really nice feminine shoes just because I wanted them. Not good. Never. But anyways, a few months after I stopped wearing those shoes. A few months after I stopped wearing them, my knees and my ankles started to get better, which confirmed to me those were the culprit by my decision. Sometimes we take these big risks and it's really not worth it. If I had continued wearing those shoes and continued, you know, with my ankle swelling and my knees getting all painful and everything, and swollen as well, I would have reached a point where I would have needed surgery on my ankles and my knees. Sometimes we wear things that we shouldn't wear, okay? Just because a beautiful skirt or dress looks nice on some people, it doesn't mean it'll look nice on you, okay? We have to keep in mind that most women clothing, if not all, were designed for their body shape. I'm not trying to say that all women have the same nice body shape, because they don't. They don't. There are some cisgender women that have a body shape very tomboyish and very mannish, okay? And there are some males that have a high rate of metabolism. They always look very slim, and they can fit into any woman's clothes, okay? That's I'm very careful about that, and it's why I always choose to wear comfortable casual clothing, okay? Like right now I'm wearing this t-shirt, which I love. It accentuates my figure. It accentuates my figure. And nice semi-baggy pants, okay? A little bit, it's kind of like, it's tapered. But yeah, I always pay attention to what I'm wearing before I leave, okay? I'm not going to squeeze into something that doesn't fit just because I think it looks great on another woman. No. If I don't find my size, then I'm not buying it. And same thing happens for shoes too. All my shoes are feminine shoes, but there are women that have flat-footed and have wide feet, and there are women that have medium feet, and some women that have very petite, small feet. Buy the shoes and the clothes that fit you, okay? So, what else did I do today? I stopped at a European used car dealership. They sell a lot of high-end cars there, and in the past I had bought 2 cars from them, which were 2 Mercedes AMGs Roadsters years ago. And the biggest regret of my life was when I sold my AMG just about 3.5 years ago. Till this day, I'm kicking myself in the ass, because that car was paid off. I had no reason to get rid of it. I had plans on building a home, which fell through, didn't work out, and I seeked advice from the wrong people. So, like I was saying earlier when I was driving, my Toyota Camry is not going to last me forever. So I'm going to work hard the next few years so I can save for a down payment on a nicer vehicle. Right now, my Camry will do. It's paid off. I have no bills on it. But if I'm going to get into a nicer car, a newer car, then I have to make sure that I put down at least half the payment of the car. Gotta be smart. So anyways, I hope you guys take away something from today's video. I can't put out a video every single day because the topics differ and it depends what I'm doing. But things happen during the week that requires me to come on here and talk about how my little life is going. My little trans life. So that's it. I hope you guys are having an amazing weekend. I am. I'm sleeping like a cow, which means I'm getting a lot of rest. And when I wrap this up, I'm going to go ahead and make me some nice tuna fish sandwiches with crab cake and some grapes. just like yesterday. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye. Guys, that concludes this evening's film.